Is it hard to find women to collaborate with?
Yeah. Jonathan, you asking my questions. I was like, oh, he gonna take my job.
You mind?
What's up? I'm ayeeedubb. Welcome to Skribble. Skribble is where we color on unique coloring pages that look like you, right? And we interview artists and musicians. And today, I am so excited because we have the lovely, the talented Cyanca with us. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. I feel great. How are you?
I'm good now that you're here. And you came here with the hat. I gotta ask about the hat.
Style and profile.
It's a designer, and I gotta look it up because I don't know his name. Forgive me, but it's a designer out of New York. He made this hat, and I saw it on Skribble W, and I was like, I gotta have that hat. And like, you know, with Google now, you can just upload pictures and just research anything. So I found him, and I bought the hat. So
How much was that hat?
it was like 110.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
Well, are you excited to see your coloring page we're gonna be coloring today?
Oh yes, I'm so excited.
And so here you are. You know that picture?
Yes.
You give me artistic, like creative, like vibes. Are you like? Do you color? Do you draw? Do you think any of that?
I can draw. I took art classes in high school, and I took an art class in college.
Do you make that known that like you do art? Like is it any of like your like on Instagram or any like pictures out like in Charlotte or anything or any?
Yeah, I'm kind of like sensitive about sharing it because it was just something that was very important to me that it became like a little. I'll do it every now and then. But I'm in this space now where I want to get back to it, and I wanted to eventually do like an art exhibition.
First and foremost, because we was planning this interview, we know each other. You just said you was a fan of my work, I'm a fan of your work, which is crazy. And I kind of remember it back because I was like, I remember seeing you for Shane and Luke's I Survived video.
Right.
And then it was like, I randomly saw you at a vintage thrift in Charlotte, at Big Expo or whatever.
Yeah.
And then saw you again at a barbecue fest. I always kept like seeing you. And I was telling the artist, I was like, I think she know who I am. Do she know who I am? And then when you like, we reached out and we did the we'll set up the interview. It was just like, we said alignment, perfect timing. The new phone who this song, because the Duran he was singing the song on his Instagram story. And then he hopped on the remix.
Right.
He's like a backup singer of Erykah Badu.
He is.
You got the song Badu. You love Erykah Badu. Was that not just crazy? Like, is there a lot of stuff where it's like just things happen?
Yeah, it's like crazy because a good friend of mine, he reached out to me and he said, yo, Duran Bernard. So, you know, if you're a music head and you like in the underground, like, you know, people from like days, like YouTube days, like Duran used to be on YouTube consistently singing. And that's how he got attention to Erykah Badu. Yeah, we've been knowing about Duran, and then he was up there singing on his live, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, and I screenshot it, and then the next day, he was singing it again. Then he did it 3 times, and he was like, I just love this song so much. He was like, Cyanca, girl, you did that. And I was like, oh, let me just ask him if he was gonna remix.
And that was it? That's all it took?
That was it, yeah. He was like, of course. He's so sweet. His family is his dad, who's also his manager, who's heavily in the industry, is so great. Is so supportive. And then Erykah Badu came to Charlotte. She had a concert. I went. Of course, I saw Duran. He was singing back up. Met Erykah. Yes.
Oh, I missed this.
Yes. I met Erykah.
Oh my God.
Liberating. Her aura is so rich, and you could just feel her from a mile away. Like, cause like we were all in the room waiting for her to come in, and she had like bells on her feet, so you can kind of hear her coming. She walked in. I was just like, oh my God. And she was like, everybody sit down. We just sat down the Indian style. And I was like, oh my God, we're sitting Indian style with Erykah. No cameras, of course, no video. But it was a very intimate experience.
I would think if I ever saw like Erykah Badu, like you said, I knew her aura is just like grand. Like I'd be like, yes, Miss Badu. Yes, Miss Erykah. You, whatever you want, you got it. Serge, I see that you're from North Carolina.
I am.
Smithfield
to be exact, yeah.
So that's like simple living, small town, right?
Absolutely.
I was born in Raleigh, but I grew up like in Salisbury, so they're like kind of small town.
Okay.
And everybody always says like, if you grew up in a small town, you usually go back when you get older. But you ever? That would never. That never happened. Okay, really?
I cannot live in Smithfield, North Carolina.
Why not? I saw like y'all with like clean deer and.
I don't mean to get like dark or anything, but growing up, it was fun, country living. But I also experienced a lot of racism. There was a lot of prejudice stuff going on, and I experienced it in high school, and that wasn't too long ago. So I don't think I can do it unless it becomes more progressive. Like I see how Carrie and Clayton is starting to come a little progressive, but if Smithfield don't, okay.
That makes sense. I was like, you know what? Yeah. So we're going to do Fuck, Marry, Kill, Fight. Out of those 4 towns.
I want to say fuck my hometown. Like,
Okay.
so bad.
If you want to kill it.
I might want to kill it.
Oh. Okay.
Let me fuck Waynesburg.
Okay. All right.
Marry Charlotte.
And then fight. Who are you fighting?
Well, I'm fighting listening.
Fighting with
Straight foe down. For sure.
You also talk very highly about Charlotte. I was on the X, and you were just saying like, Charlotte needs to be on the map, and there's so much dope stuff coming out of Charlotte. You talk really like positively about Charlotte.
Right.
Do you still feel that same way in 2025? Just like, because I know we have Lou, we have Ruby Vincent, we have Daenerys Farrar, the baby, of course, all them like coming from Charlotte. How do you feel like with the Charlotte growth and just artists coming out of Charlotte in general?
I still feel like Charlotte is loaded with talent, not just music, but like we talked about art, photographers. There's amazing photographers. There's amazing producers, musicians. We got some of the best musicians in the world. I still love Charlotte. I still will rep for Charlotte. It's hard to push that when there is not like a grounded culture that represents, Charlotte scene. So I think that's where we kind of struggle with, because it's such a banking city. I saw recently, like, we're one of the top 5 cities. People are moving in the whole world. Like 200 to 300 people a day are moving to Charlotte. So I'm like, what are they moving here for? Like, what do people want to do? So it's like, it's here. It's like, but how can we get to, to cultivate that culture where people put money aside for live music? Like, I know that's a thing in other states. Like, people actually set aside money from their salaries for festivals in Texas. I know when I get on, I'm going up for Charlotte. Like, I'm going up for North Carolina in general, but yeah, I definitely want to shed more light on this city. Sure.
Hey guys.
Hey, we got an artist.
What is this? What's this? This looks awesome. What is this?
We are coloring. This is Cyanca. She is a recording artist out of Charlotte.
Okay.
And so we are coloring and talking all about her.
Amazing. Can I join?
Yeah, you can definitely watch us. Oh, I saw that Missy Elliott co-signed you. That was a big thing.
Yes.
And then I remember commenting on a video of yours where you did All in My Grill.
Never change, same old thing, same okay.
So how was that like seeing Missy Elliott like tweet you or like kind of co-sign and things like that?
It was just confirmation, another reassurance that I'm doing the right thing. Because I know as an independent artist, it gets gray sometimes, or it gets kind of blurry about, keep going and being consistent and, not knowing the future and the unknown. With, seeing her co-sign me was amazing feeling. I did a lot of comparisons to her, Erica, of course.
Yeah.
I recently got an Aaliyah comparison. I've never had that before, but I think they said it's because we have similar tones, like angelic tones. So I was like, okay. But I've been such a nerd of the past generation here for me. I've kind of made my own gumbo. Like, I pull from a lot of artists. Love Missy Elliott, bruh. She's an icon. Missy was doing things before people could even understand. And I think people are starting to out with hikes.
Do you remember a lot of music videos?
I do.
Which do you think is the best one?
Ooh.
So I have mine, but you have Minute Man, Work It, Get Your Freak On, The Rain, Gossip Folks, Pass That Dutch, Lose Control, I'm Really Hot, Run This, and probably all the other older Missy. Which one are you gonna say?
Rain's my favorite.
Okay,
It's one of my top 3. Could Lose Control for sure with Family and School.
period.
What's the another one where she's like, I think is it Worth It when she's in the school and the kids are dancing in the school?
I think that's Gossip Folks.
It's Gospel Folks,
I
yeah.
think that's Gossip Folks, yeah.
Yeah, those my 3 my favorite, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I think 1 Minute Man. For one, the song doesn't get a lot of credit for some reason. I love 1 Minute Man. Don't love 1 Minute Men, but I love the song 1 Minute Man. And that video, like, it was like, I think they were like with the snake, I think, because it was like in the guy's pants or something, like the snake comes out. Like, it was real artistic. And I was like, only Misty can like really like think of stuff like that.
For sure. See, that's why I didn't like the video, because I am terrified of snakes. That's why I'm glad you said that.
Is it like a big fear?
It's a huge fear. We grew up in the country.
Oh, right.
And you see snakes all the time. Like, I think the most traumatic situation I had was I'm sitting on the porch of my grandmother's house, and the snake was in the brick behind my head.
Did it like get close to you on
No, I heard it hiss. I'll never forget that. And I was like, well, my grandma, she beat the fuck out of him. Like, she killed him so bad. Yeah, my grandma was a gangster. Like, hello. She used to kill snakes for us. Like, it was done. She like, go get my hoe.
How do you kill a snake? She was like,
You gotta chop the head off. Yeah.
Chop it with what? Like a cleaver?
A hoe, anything, a shovel.
Oh, a hoe. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like, go get that hoe. Like, like what hoe is killing the hoe tool? The hoe tool.
Either one works.
Right, either one, right?
What's the wildest thing you've ever ate? Like,
I've never tried any of that, so I'm sticking with like a lamb.
oh,
You know,
lamb.
cows,
God.
chickens, you know. But like my nana and them, squirrel, deer,
Yeah.
like
I've
actually.
had all that. Yeah.
Artie said you nodded like you had too.
Yeah, squirrel stew.
Another person I saw that you really love is you're a fan of Brandy.
I'm gonna start crying.
Oh my god, I love Brandy. Are you like early Brandy, all Brandy?
All Brandy, new Brandy. Every time Brandy drop, I'm listening. Like, when she dropped B7 a couple years ago, I was on it heavily.
Yeah.
But Never Say Never is one of my favorite R&B albums of all time.
It's a good one.
It's no skips to me. Hello. No skips. And one of my favorite producers, Darkchild, produced it. So, yeah. I studied Brandy a lot when it came to recording.
Okay.
See, people don't understand that she's a vocal Bible unless you do the research by her and look at like BTS clips and see her in the studio. It will blow your mind. Like between Brandy and Michael Jackson, their recording process is insane. Like Brandy will lay down the same vocal 17 times, but only gonna sound like one. She got me into recording stacks because I used to be like, oh, that's good, that one take. I'm like, no, let me do that background vocal 8 more times. And it made so much of a difference. Like, it made you sound real full. Even Jasmine Sullivan said Brandy is cold. So, if Jasmine is... So, she says it, you chill out.
You're very fashionable.
Thank
You
you.
are, clearly. And then, did you ever watch Moesha?
I did.
Okay. Whose fashion style would you want the most? Moesha's, Kim's, or Niecy's? I will say, I was looking up.
Probably Kim.
I was about to say, like,
She's so bold. I love Kim's personality. She's one of my favorite actresses.
Michael, your Snugglebull's on her way.
Definitely Kim, for sure. Then I think about the Parkers. Oh, yeah, for sure.
and I think about Moesha, you know, like, they did not give us a real ending of the show.
Horrible ending.
Like, it was like, what was the cliffhanger? It was like, Miles was kidnapped.
Miles has been killed.
Somebody is pregnant. I think Moesha had to decide if she was going to live with Niecy or Hakeem. One of them.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to just wrap up Moesha's show and get it over with, how would you want it to end?
I think the kidnapping thing was just overlord. I'm going to take that out.
Okay, good.
It's too much of a family show. It's too adjacent to family matters to have a whole kidnapping. I probably would have left it at, I guess, her being pregnant with Hakeem, because I think they were kind of the high school love story. You know, they had their ups and downs, but you could truly tell that Hakeem really loved him so Aisha. So
Poor Miles, like, he probably just out here just wonder where everybody is at.
we need to find Miles. He's still kidnapped. Like, he's probably been gone.
It's not, sometimes I used to be like big into like Zodiac and stuff, but it's like, and I'll try to like stray away from it because it's just usually when someone is like, oh, what's your sign? People roll their eyes and stuff now, but I'm like, it shouldn't be like
Yeah,
that.
it should, and it's so annoying. I totally agree. I don't like when people be like, I'm not dating anymore Aries. I'm not dating anymore Taurus. It's like, no, let's just not use zodiac signs to kind of replace people's, like, you know, place. They just need to heal it. If somebody ghosts you, they ain't got to do with your zodiac sign. You just a terrible person. You just got you make bad decisions.
Exactly. Like, to blame it on a whole Zodiac is
Yeah.
crazy. But if you had to say, what is the worst Zodiac sign?
Let me think real hard about this.
Okay.
To my friends out there, I'm sorry. You catch this stray.
You know, I'm getting nervous. What you about to say?
I'm just gonna say Cancer
Oh,
because
okay.
I don't know what it is, but I'm having a hard time connecting with cancers.
Okay, that's valid. That's valid.
And I think it's because I'm an Aries, so I'm very, very direct. I'm very confrontational. Like, let's put it on the table, you know, accountability, all that. And then Cancers is like, I don't want to, or I'm not in the mood. Like, it's a mood thing with them.
It is.
And it can be sometimes passive aggressive, but they don't. It's not malicious, but it's just their tone, their tonality sometimes. But yeah, they can be a little super passive aggressive, and where I'm not, I think that's where I clash with Cancer sometimes. But I don't think there's a worse zodiac sign. I just said that just because I'm thinking of the least favorite, but I still love Cancer.
There's some Cancers that I know that like are good people, but
Yeah.
like it's the little stuff. I just want to say Sagittarius was my like, because I can't. I just don't.
I hear that a lot about Sagittarius.
I don't know what I think it's because they're born in the cold. They're just like just damn angry all the time because it's so freezing. That's what it's got to be because there's no way. Quote tweet that. What is your most popular song that you hate or don't like? Because hate is strong.
New phone. I'm tired of it.
Tired of it?
But
Aww.
I feel like it will be restored once I'm in like front of thousands of people. Then that's just undeniable. It's like, oh wow, this is like okay. Yeah, I'm always stopped. I'm always stopped. Even Raleigh, Charlotte. I've been stopped in L.A. I had a show in Phoenix recently, and like these girls was like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you were performing. I play New Phone every day." And I was like, "Oh god, yeah, I'm so tired of this song."
You're like, please pick a different song.
I guess because I'm moving, because I'm about to drop a project, and I think that my sound has changed. I've matured, and people are still holding me to neo soul. Yeah. So that's a little frustrating because I'm trying to go super alternative. I've always wanted to do alternative. Like I wanted to do like MGMT type style music. I love K-pop. Like, I don't know. It's hard though because like that's my bread and butter. Like New Phone pays my rent, so I'm just like.
And then I want to talk about because you told our lovely audience member about how you was like in the church and stuff like that, like growing up.
Right.
And it was like to the point of like 4 to 5 days a week you was at the church, Baptist church, right?
Yes, Baptist.
Okay, so how was that being small town Baptist church?
Yeah, I mean it was my life. I've been in the church since I was a baby. My grandmother, just when she discovered I could sing around like 6 or 7, she was like, "Oh, you're joining the choir tomorrow." I'm like,
Tomorrow, okay.
I'm going to choir. And then the next Sunday, I was leading songs. I'm like 7 years old. I had to learn lyrics to like the Clark sisters and Hezekiah Walker back then and Donnie McClurkin. And I've been like on the stage since I was a child. I just converted, from gospel to R&B, but it was dope. I learned a lot from church. It was a family church. A lot of people in in my family are musically inclined.
What's the church phrase that when you hear it, you know the pastor is going to talk really long? We're for a long time. What is that one phrase, you know?
Yeah, it'd be like, "I'm not gonna be before y'all long. I ain't gonna preach too long today." And they preach very long.
I'm at a non-denominational now, but when I was in college, we went to a Baptist church.
Okay.
And so, definitely like the difference, but like some people were saying like, some phrases, I want to share a story. Like they say I want to share a story, that's going to be a long one. If they say like, let's pause for a moment, that's just like, you're adding on time to like, okay, we're pausing. You haven't even finished your, all right, and it's going to be like long and long and long. Oh, but also in the church, it was like, you learn how to play piano.
I did.
But you watched and listened.
Right. I used to watch my cousin Justin. Because all the musicians in my church were my cousins. Because, like I said, we was in church so much, I started to gravitate towards, my cousin on the keys. And then after church, I would go up there and play. And my grandma would be like, "Come on, girl. Get out the keyboard. Get out the pulpit." But she started to be like, realize like, wait, she really, really enjoys it. So eventually I got a keyboard for Christmas. My dad brought me a brand new drum set, and I played like every day, after school, nonstop. Like,
Side note, you hear what's playing upstairs? Yeah. It's like a rendition of Tyrone, Erykah Badu's Tyrone.
oh,
Trippy.
I did.
That's wild. It's like anyway, but yeah, back to the piano. I always like envy people who can like play instruments, especially like just watching and learning and things like that. But did you teach yourself how to eventually read sheet music, or it was just like off the memory having to play, or?
Oh yeah, I just played by ear until I got to college where I had no choice but to learn. Well, I'll take that back. No, I learned in college, yeah. Everything else, like percussion, I already knew how to read because I was in marching band. I was the head of our drum section. I was a drum captain, so I already knew how to read like anything like timpani, marimba. I can read all. Piano had always been like by ear, and I kind of enjoyed it that way. So I thought it was natural. So I didn't really care to learn like how to like read sheet music for piano. I still like to play by ear. I just think it's more impactful.
You produced King's Disease, Nas, that song King's Disease, right?
I didn't. Yeah.
Did it?
No.
You're on the writing though.
I know.
I was like, what was that about? They gave you credit?
Thanks. But I did produce it.
So why did they put you on there? What happened?
You done fucked up now!
Hit Boys Management just entered it wrong. Literally. It's just a mistake. That's literally all it is.
Really?
We wish never happened because everyone was like, congratulations, you're Grammy nominated. Because I was like,
Yeah.
no. We tell people, I was like, no, that wasn't this. And I thought they were taking it, they said they were going to take it off, like took the credits off. And then I look up there, I'm like, damn, it's still up there. I don't want to lie, just like, yeah. I've done work, I've co-produced with Hit Boy for a song for, him and Dom Kennedy put our project, and I did some co-production, me with Pat Jr. and Peloton Jr. basically. Yeah, I woke up to a million text messages like, congrats!
Word up. Who would you want to produce for?
Solange.
Solange? That'd be great.
Brandy. I would love to work with Doja Cat. I think she'd be fun to work with. She's super animated too. I like playing my voice a lot and doing different things. Just yeah, those are my top 3 right now.
Just how do you come up with your sound? Because your sound is so unique.
Me being a musician first has allowed me to explore and play with sound so handily. Because when I was in college, I went out and got an interface, MacBook, couple Bluetooth speakers. Because I was in school of music, and then I was producing like every day. I would stand up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Then going to class at 8 because I was so intrigued with the whole idea of producing. Because, I come from a church. Like, I was never introduced to that stuff. It was just keys, drums, and bass. I'm like, oh, this is what Timbaland's doing. He's using Pro Tools. I'm like, what the hell is Pro Tools? I'm just a country girl. So I got obsessed with sounds, and then I just started making beats every day. And then, like, I never planned to be an artist. Like, there was nothing from my past like, I'm gonna be an artist. I got kicked out of school, suspended from UNCG, and I was kind of lost. And I was like, I don't know. I just, something in my spirit told me to hit this guy named Lavelle. He was producing at a studio in Greensboro, and I was like, yo, I made beats, and I'm gonna play some, da da da. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just know I got beats. And he was so kind-hearted and sweet. He was like, pull up, and I played him some stuff. It was like, yo, this is really good. These beats are good. And I was like, really? I was like, okay. He was like, do you like sing and stuff? I was like, yeah, I sing a little bit. So, cause I never like loved to sing. I just wanted to play like drums, and that's all I went to school for. Like, I just want to be a musician. But my grandmother was always the one like, you need to sing, you need to sing. So LaFell was like, I got a little setup at my crib. You can pull up. I charge you about $20 an hour. I was like, thank you, because I'm broke. Right. And I pulled up one day, and he was like, what you want to do? I was like, let's just make something from scratch. So I made Badu from scratch that day, and I recorded it. And then he was like, yo, you need to put this out. I'm like, for what? I'm like, why? I was like, this is so corny. I was like, man, I'm not putting this out. So I started slowly putting myself up on SoundCloud, and I started to get traction on SoundCloud, like out of nowhere. And I was like, so shout out to SoundCloud, which I gotta go visit them when I come to LA, but I have to give them a lot of credit because that gave me a lot of exposure as an independent underground artist. Like, that was my entry to the industry, like, and me building up my fan base organically and not just putting money out marketing, because I've never really put any money up behind a new phone. Like, no marketing, nothing. I recorded it in a crib apartment, and we put it out. So I know I kind of rabbit hole, but yeah, I just think that It wasn't hard for me to find my sound. I've just been surrounded by music my entire life.
It's like sit in nature.
Yeah, it's just epic.
Oh, but yeah, shout out to SoundCloud. People rag on SoundCloud for whatever reason. But I paid $14 a month. I got SoundCloud Premium.
You pay for it?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I pay for SoundCloud now. They get my money every month.
That's what's up.
Because I know you got a new project on the way. Yeah. Remember you saying that?
Go to
And I was going I was going to your discography. It's like we had the EPs, we had the singles. I don't know if this new project is an album or is it another EP?
It is an EP.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we gonna get this album before we talk about the EP?
Probably next year.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
it just takes so much. Like, y'all, it's expensive. The mixing, like the recording, the studio time, $60 to $80 an hour. Like, and kind of going in there and say, this ain't playtime. I didn't get these songs finished. So I'm thinking the reason I'm holding out on putting an album out because album data matters. I would rather have backing with my album going into a situation like a publishing deal or something, because if I put an album out, I need $200. Period. Yeah, I gotta have $200, and I'm not. That's why I have not put it out yet. It's just not.
That is valid. That is valid. So the EP that is coming out, do you have like a title?
It's called Katina on my mother's name.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. How many songs on the EP?
7.
Okay, that's a little bit longer than the other.
Yeah. I'm gonna hang out with something.
Is it gonna be the experimental vibe that you were talking about, like with kind of getting out of the neo soul, or will we have a little bit sprinkled, or what kind of sound can we get?
This one song up there has some elements of neo soul. It was called Foreign Knees. It has some jazz up there for sure, but everything else is super alternative. Like, it's different. It's different. One song up there is a K-pop song. It's called Lisa Lisa.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you the history behind that song was intended for this K-pop artist named Lisa.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Like 100 million followers, but it didn't work out, which is cool. My friend Mez, my brother, he was like, "Yo, you should just keep the song for yourself." I was like, "You right? Like, this song kind of hard." So that's how it went. So
That's
yeah,
fire.
Mez produced Lisa Lisa. Shout out to Mez, my brother.
Oh,
My twin, yeah.
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 Yeah, he was a Skribble when we first started. It was like, was it at that show? Oh my god,
Yeah, it was.
We met
That's that show.
at his sound check at King's.
Hey.
And also, Lou had reached out too. Like, he's supposed to be doing one soon. I know
Okay.
y'all had linked up before and everything. I think,
Yeah.
I remember you saying he was like one of the first you linked up with or met musically in Charlotte.
He's the first one that gave me my props. For sure. My best friend, Megan, she's also in the music industry. She works for Ashanti, but at the time, she's the first person I told that I wanted to be an artist, because she's the only person I trust with my music. And I sent her a song just randomly, and she was like,
Bitch, who the fuck is this?
because she was like,
This is you?
this is my best friend. She didn't know that I could like sing. Because I'm telling you, I was so like musician. I did not want people to like know that I sing. I was super shy. So I sent her that song. She was like,
It's go time.
so she sent the stuff over to Luke. And this is when Luke was like freshly on Dreamville. And he was like, oh, she's hard. And then next thing I know, he did an interview with some big magazine. And they were like, who you listen to? I listen to Cyanca. And I was like, oh, it's like, did he just shout me?
That's fire. Is there any features on your EP or is this?
It is. It's this guy named Ben Burden. He's on there. Garrett, he's another feature. He's a part of this band called Biking with Francis. Biking with Francis are superstars. They're college kids. Well, one of them is about to graduate. I think Josh is about to graduate. But I tell you, they are, go listen to them. They're different. They're the ones. But one of my good friends, Jeff, put me on to them. He was like, you gotta listen to Biking with Francis. I'm like, okay. And I was like, find them now. Find their number. And he like, we were going crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, bring them to my session. They came to my session. Now I'm like, these are actually kids. They're like, I'm in my 30s. I'm like, oh my god. They were like, this is so cool, because they're making beats in their dorm. Like,
oh, is that
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they like, yes, get us out of the dorm room.
Period.
Right. They produce half my project. So
fire. What the fuck?
organically, that happened like the past 6 months, because I just started recording this project in October of last year. So it happened quickly, because usually it takes me a while. I ain't gonna lie. I am a old school type of artist. I'm perfectionist, but something about them brought something out of me where I've been writing extremely fast, their production. So I think their production is really changed me and grown me in ways I didn't see coming. Like,
That's fire.
I love it.
And your art is looking really good.
Oh, thank you.
It's the lip. We always have a problem with like the lips here because everybody, it's been men here, so they always do a bright red and they're like, oh, my lips are so red. I'm like,
Right.
well, you fucking colored it that way. But you had a like the lip liner, a little like ombre effect.
Yeah, I'm trying.
So I think your color looks amazing.
Thank you.
How do you think mine turned out?
I love yours. I kept looking at yours still in. I was like, let me do my hair place related. You can find me. My name is Cyanca, Cyanca. You can find me on all platforms, streaming, social. I had a new project coming out called Katina, and I got the first single of it called Jesse Jackson. So I'm extremely excited.
I'm back again. Thank y'all just for tapping in. Ain't no place I can't go. Jesse Jackson, Reverend.